Michael Oren is the former Israeli ambassador to the United States, and he joins us now to talk more about all of this. Thank you so much for being here with us. We just heard that reporting from our colleague Matthew Chance. We know that an Israeli military spokesperson was asked if Israel was preparing a large-scale ground invasion into Lebanon. He responded, all options remain on the table. I'm curious what you see as the next steps for Israel in all of this.
Good to be with you, Jessica. Let me just first comment on Matthew Chance's report, a very lengthy report, which somehow did not mention once one of the 220 rockets that Hezbollah has fired at northern Israel in the last 5 days. That has displaced thousands of people, wounded dozens, killed. I mean, if you don't do that, you have not done your job as a reporter. It looks like Israel is
he is reporting on the ground. Yeah, hang on. He is reporting on the ground about Lebanon, just to be fair. But I hear your point. I hear your point. I hear your point about how Israel is also being attacked.
We have a million people under fire from Hezbollah tonight. A million people. All right. Hezbollah is a branch of Iran. Iran maybe is running low on missiles. We don't know. We've had to run to our shelter 10 times today. Okay. These are missiles still firing, but they've divided it up. So Hezbollah is taking over part of the missile fire at Israel. Israel will take whatever measures it needs to take to defend itself. And that, if that includes a ground invasion, it includes a ground invasion. If your family was being shot at 10, 20 times a day by very large rockets that can blow apart your house, believe me, you'd want your army to do exactly the same thing.
Right. And so, okay, so let's just take it down one notch for a second, because I do want to have a discussion about this.
Yeah.
Because this war is spreading, as we've said. It started with the strikes on Iran, and obviously Hezbollah is an Iran proxy. It has been funded by Iran, supported by Iran. But it does, as Matthew was making the point there, affect civilians there in Lebanon, also in Israel. And so I'll ask you again what you see as Israel's next step. I hear you on you're open to a ground invasion if that's what it needs to be. But what do you see strategically as Israel's next step?
Well, first we say we have no beef with the people of Lebanon. We want to have peace with the people of Lebanon. And if you notice that your reporter received a warning twice to remove from an area that was about to be struck, that is a gesture, a privilege which these people of Israel do not get from Hezbollah. They're not telling us when to evacuate. They're trying to kill the maximum number of civilians. So yes, Israel will have on the table all possible options, including from the air, including from the ground.
And so what do you think in terms of this war escalating? We have now seen it spread also to the Gulf states. Do you see that continuing? And what do you see as the end game? When is there success for Israel? And obviously the U.S. also plays a role in this, and they have their own objectives here. What are Israel's, and where is success?
Well, I can see very clearly what Iran is trying to do. It's trying to expand the radius of the fighting to include certainly many countries in the Middle East, no, not just Middle Eastern countries. They fired at Cyprus. They fired at Turkey. But the idea is to get the governments of the Middle East to put pressure on the Trump administration to cease the war. And it may work. It may not work. It actually may boomerang. It may get many of these Middle Eastern countries to join in the war. And that's indications we've received this evening. The end game should be that Iran would no longer threaten Israel, no longer threaten its neighbors. And that threat has three components. It's a nuclear component. It's the ability to make and launch very large ballistic missiles that can take down not just an apartment building, but can take down an entire neighborhood. They're trying to get tens of thousands of these missiles, and support for terror. And that includes in support for Hezbollah, which is a branch of Iran's terror apparatus. And it operates on the orders of Iran. That's what's happening. So what's going on in the north of Israel is a proxy war with Iran.
And we know that the Trump administration has now bypassed Congress to sell 12,000 bombs to Israel. They said it was an emergency, that they needed to do it. What position is Israel in when it comes to ammunitions and its stockpile of weapons?
As far as I know, it's okay. It's always going to be a question whether Israel has enough interceptors because they're firing an awful lot of missiles at us. But so far, we're keeping up with the incoming rounds. And I can only tell you, I don't think I'm divulging anything secret. I live not far from Israel's airport. I see the American Galaxy planes landing and taking off, and they're bringing equipment and I imagine also ordnance.
All right. Mr. Ambassador, thank you. We really do appreciate your time.